The purpose for Young Scholars to have a summer scholar program for Johnston and Emma was so that our kids wouldn't have to stay at home without having learning experiences where they were growing in the summertime. A lot of them we were seeing were declining over the summer period, and we felt like that we could get them ready for school and the teachers would see a noticeable improvement.
Summer Scholars, the way I like it is the way it helps me get ready for this new school year.
Before I started Summer Scholars, every time I think I was going to get in trouble, I told the tale. But now that I have went to Summer Scholars and seen a whole bunch of kids telling the truth, I felt like I could do it, and I never told the truth.
My favorite thing was getting to do the project and having to work with clay and sew you clay. And
some of them said that they were glad they went to Summer Scholars because they would be able to be with their friends and not give their parents trouble at home. Well, the project in Summer Scholars made me remember like what I do in South Carolina. In South Carolina, I'm mostly just playing, but in Summer Scholars, I was making things.
One of my favorite things about Summer Scholars was going on the field trips and making the puppets.
Sometimes we worked in the garden and we had a ball.
There's mainly pink and purple and some blue, and the sunflowers got really tall and they almost covered up the whole garden. And they made a little doorway where you could walk through them.
At the beginning of the program in Summer Scholars, we started out with going over their feathers. Feathers are a character education piece, and it allows students to make goals towards certain colored feathers. They would choose their feather, and they would go over their feather each morning in the garden. And we would talk about what goals they had and how they had either achieved their goal or not achieved their goal. And their friends would give them positive peer pressure and remind them when they weren't achieving their goal and what they should be doing. So it's a very powerful piece, and it allows kids to reflect not only verbally but also in writing.
We got this group called Feathers, and the reason why we do that is because of self-control, because a lot of people get angry and ready to fight someone when it ain't necessary. When we pick a feather like blue, and it means peaceful. You gotta make goals how you gonna be peaceful to another person if they make you mad. Take 10 deep breaths, have a group up, you tell them how you feel, and you get the chip off your shoulder.
I learned that doing feathers can help you in your lifetime. Tell the truth, be helpful, be peaceful, be honest, and scholarly. Feathers is fun for me because it helps other people to understand their feelings, what their problems are, what they need help on.
I'm working on my red feather, which means helpfulness. I have been helpful by sweeping when it was time for us to start cleaning up. I've also been helpful when I have an attitude. I fix it right away.
Like caring about yourself, not getting yourself in trouble, and trying to keep your hands to yourself. Keeping your hands to yourself and not putting your hands in someone else's space. That's one thing that you gotta do.
And we got to go downtown to see all the careers.
To see how people did their jobs and why they did them.
Oh, I love it because I'm my own boss. I tell me what to do.
We got their business cards and gave them a pamphlet about Young Scholars. They told us about what they did and how they sold their things.
Well, it's showing us what we should do when we grow up. Like try to make our own business and stuff.
And there was also someone that made necklaces. In the art gallery, there was art made out of stone, metal, but most of it was paintings.
So we went down there so we can find out all the careers that people did, so we can do the puppets about them. And we asked them how would it feel if we did a puppet as them, and they said it would be all right.
It helps me with knowing what I want to be when I grow up, so I know what they do and how they help people.
When we went to the Blue Ridge theaters, when we got in, it was lots of posters on the wall of movies. We had to go to this room where the guy talked to us about the movies. Then the guy took us and showed us like a model of our house. At the movies, you have to have a big screen, like a blue screen behind where you're talking at, because it looks real.
Well, we would see how they made the movies.
People have to know how to read to be in a movie, because you can't learn the scripts.
We went to the theater to see the stage, like stage right, stage left, up and back.
You know, your right hand and your left hand, it's like the opposite, because you're facing the crowd and the crowd is facing you. When we went to John Payne Studios, he told us where he got his medal, and he said he got it from the garbage and the car places.
The fences were made out of shopping carts and parts of cars.
Saws, bike wheels, metal. He would make it. He would get it from stuff and he would burn it and just hook it on to stuff.
The place where we got to see all the metal and the dinosaur where he made the dinosaurs.
It was like a puppet because we could see the string and we saw how he made it move.
Then he showed us into his garage, and he showed us the dinosaurs that he built. And it was like a puppet because he could control them.
In Summer Scholars, you're not just doing one certain thing at one certain time. You're painting, you're sanding, you're writing essays, but at the same time, you're having fun.
In Summer Scholars, we picked our projects, and mine was Parade Puppet. And what we did in Parade Puppets was made some masks out of trash can tops.
We made parade puppets for the parade that we just recently did.
And first we got trash can tops and put the clay on them. Then we molded the faces and put plastic over them, and then put the cellular clay over it.
Then we would take the cellular clay. First it would be powder, and then we had to mix it up with like 8 cups of water, almost a gallon.
And we let that dry, and then we took the cellular clay off, and after we sanded, we painted faces and decorated the hair and stuff. We measured their costumes, and we made the sticks for their arms, and we made their hands out of cotton, and we sewed them together so we can put the cotton in it. And we made their gowns like a doctor or a fire person.
My project was toy theater. We made some songs and some stories and make some pictures about the brown family and the green family. Well, when we get to work together and we made some pictures, my responsibility that I drew like the puppets. Well, we used some rope and some wood, and we get to paint our stage. The stage was the most fun. We got to decorate it, and we also had to use some rulers so we can measure how we can do it. We went to this big place downtown, and there were people seeing our projects, and we made the theater. Well, when the green boy and the brown girl, well, they started to play with each other, and then later their family didn't want them to play, and we used these kind of markers so they can glow in the dark. Well, with their dreams, they had a sheep, teeth with monsters, a cobra, and some birds and clouds. And soon later they made a tree house, and that's how they started to make friends. That I was also responsible to be one of the puppets that I have made, and everybody liked our show, and there were some songs.
Making a treehouse in the sun. having fun. They figured out in the scene, color don't matter, even if you're green. Nicholas and Nadia divided by a river, building a bridge just to come together. Children offer tools of change. Parents learn we're really all the same.
This summer, I was in found object art. We took apart this computer and built stuff. And this kid named Devin, he built this thing, and he built this kind of strange thing, and he called it Scooby-Doo. Well, after that, we just had a painting day. When we painted, I didn't have anything to paint on, so one of the teachers gave me a table to paint on, and I painted something unusual. I mixed all the colors together and made it a weird abstract.
My project was found object art. In that project, I made a chair that was half African and half American, and the reason why I made this chair is because I want to learn more about Africa and America, which Africa is my heritage, where I'm from. When I got through with my project, I went to go help one of my friends on her table, and we had to measure where the woman that she was putting on her table's face would go so that it wouldn't be all crooked, so it would be just right. So I measured some, and that taught me math.
We had so much fun at the Summer Scholars Puppetry Works extravaganza. We saw all the work the children had done. The silent auction of found object art collected $90 to purchase books for the school library. As a parent, I was so proud of all the children and their projects. Their pride definitely shone through. My son enjoyed creating the parade puppets. He looks at the children's videos differently now, wondering how the creatures are made, what are their inner workings, and what type of puppets they are.
This summer, we did clay projects, and we cut out tiles and things, and we made stuff for the mosaic, the sun mosaic. I think the sun mosaic that is done for the Different View community is needed because there is too much violence. I live in Different View, and I see too much going on that I would like to stop. I wish Different View people could get together and talk about what people are doing and what the future needs. As young scholars, we got together and made a sun mosaic so people could sit down and think about peaceful thoughts. When I see this sun mosaic, I think about compassion, glory, love, and care. Another reason why I want to put the sun mosaic in Different View is because there will be no more violence and no more shooting and more shining, and life could be better. When I was in the summer program, it helped me a lot from staying in Different View, being in drug-wise, people running up to cars, busting windows, breaking into people's houses, stealing things, and from me being in that situations. And it helped me from being on the streets around those people, and from them trying to steal drugs to me.
I like to be in Summer Scholars because we could do stuff that we wouldn't be able to do at home, like cut wood.
She's so adamant about being a school teacher, till that just really helped her. And she was ready to go to school, couldn't wait till school start again.
All the projects kind of incorporated into a learning aspect, so she was learning the whole time. She was learning her math, her reading, and staying prepared for the next year.
I liked it because it kept the kids busy. It kept them doing something, because all day long, all they holler is, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. But then when they come home from Young Scholars, they can't wait to go back the next day, and that's something unusual for a kid that really want to go to school during the summer.